Alright, all you streetlight crusaders, and I guess a couple of you wrestling fans out there tonight, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special. And now it's time for us to talk about what happened during this week's edition of Monday Night Raw from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Now, I would have some form of interesting weather factoid or something along those lines, but we got nothing. Except for that Florida is the home of the orange. Yeah, I guess that's why Nickelodeon was painted orange. Could be wrong with that theory. But besides that, and speaking of theories, folks, Monday Night Raw would kick off with none other than the Monday Night Messiah, along with Murphy and Austin Theory, giving a retirement speech for Rey Mysterio. And not only that, but a very cool tribute video to Rey Mysterio and his long career in WWE, only for them to end it with him getting quote-unquote sacrificed for the greater good, thanks to Seth Rollins, and would say that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and would go on to even go as far to say that he was a perfect sacrifice to help Monday Night move forward. And then one person who wasn't happy with it, besides the crowd and attendees from the Performance Center that was around the ring once again for this week, would be Aleister Black coming out and beating the living daylights flag tag out of one Seth Rollins to kick off the first match of the night, which would be Seth Rollins going one-on-one against Aleister Black. And during this match, action will go back and forth and would even see Seth Rollins hitting a beautiful sling blade, or in the world of NL Inc., Tanahashi, because that was his finisher. Always used to make me laugh for a near fall. And would even see a Falcon Arrow, aka The Deal, by Seth Rollins during this match, still for a near fall. And according to the Maestro, no one kicks out of the deal. Well, apparently Aleister Black did, and to respond back for that, folks, not only we would get a Tiger sweep during this match, but we would even see a mid-air beautiful counter with none other than a Tiger knee right to the face of Seth Rollins for a near fall. But ultimately, this match will come to an emphatic end once Humberto Carrillo would come to the rescue for none other than Aleister Black after Murphy and Theory tried to interfere in this match, only to help Aleister Black win this match and give him enough of control to get back with a modified three-handed credenza-like pin for Aleister Black to win this match via pinfall. And I think that's the first time I would see a three-handed credenza-like pin in WWE in a while. Not bad, Aleister Black. Not bad. But unfortunately for winning this match, it would be more of a Pyrrhic victory for none other than Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo, because after the match was over, Austin Theory, Murphy, and Seth Rollins would join in on beating the living crap out of both Humberto Carrillo and both Aleister Black, only to see Aleister Black watch as Humberto Carrillo would get his head stomped in, and for Seth Rollins to say, this is what happens when you try to be a hero, for him to put the lights out on Aleister Black with a blackout to him as well. So for once, Aleister Black faded to black with a blackout. The irony in that. And fast forward later on that night, Rey Mysterio, instead of announcing his retirement, would release his rage about the fact of what Seth Rollins did by not only saying, damn you Seth Rollins for what you did, but also would say, I'm a forgiving man, but I will never forgive you for the pain and suffering you caused to my family and to me during this moment of quote-unquote sacrifice. And Dominic would even get on the microphone and say that you believe in scripture, Seth Rollins? Well, I believe in an eye for an eye. And I got a feeling in the near future we're going to see Dominic try to get revenge on behalf of Rey Mysterio, only for something real tragic to happen to him or to Seth Rollins. Either or. And I got a feeling it's gonna involve something from one of those horror movies where I watched that girl got her eye gouged out with a piece of wood. I don't remember the name of it, but all I know is it was bad. But besides that eye gouging moment that I got a feeling will happen in the near future between those two, the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would see Apollo Crews having an open challenge for his United States Championship and would announce that he would choose none other than the Frankenstein monster himself, Kevin Owens, as his opponent for United States Championship. Only for Owens to believe that this was out of pity and would say that if you really want to choose me, then I feel bad because your first reign as United States Champion is going to be a short one. But even though Kevin Owens would say that, this match would definitely be a heavy-hitting contest because not only you would see Kevin Owens doing a cannonball off the apron, also a swanton-like bomb for a near fall, but you would also see the leader of the Uhab Nation pulling off a beautiful power slam during this match, and even doing an angle slam during this said contest for a near fall. But the second when Owens tried to go to the top rope for another swanton and would miss due to the knees to the back by Apollo Crews, next thing you would see is Angel Garza and even Andrade Cien Almas during this said match, interfering during this contest, changing it over into a tag team match. And during this said tag team match, Angel Garza would do everything in his power to try to distract Kevin Owens during this said contest, causing him to not only get his knees clipped from underneath him, but also shorts almost thrown in his face, or pants according to the maestro, from Angel Garza. But that would not be enough to defeat the Frankenstein monster and the leader of the Uhab Nation, because once Kevin Owens got knocked off the apron by Angel Garza during the said contest, Apollo Crews would get rolled up by none other than Andrade Cien Almas with his feet still on the ropes, would still get a 2 count, only for Apollo Crews to do the nastiest move of the night in the form of a running version of his cruise missile powerbomb. And for those out there wondering why in the world I said this was the nastiest move of the night, because he ran to the center of the ring and spun out and turned it into a Liger bomb in the center of the ring for Apollo Crews and Kevin Owens to win via pinfall. But seriously, that takes some monstrous strength to pull that off, and big ups to Apollo Crews for doing so. And after that little match that would turn sideways and then turn into a tag team match, only for them to win regardless, the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would be the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits in a game of bowling in their Better Than You series, with the Street Profits dressed up as, I don't even know what to describe it. Montez Ford looked like somebody from the Mounties, and I guess the Viking Raiders would dress up like characters from The Big Lebowski. And not to mention, the Street Profits would complain about the shoes. Not only that, but spit up goat's milk that they would drink in celebration of this beautiful form of competition. And you would even see during this game of bowling, and of all of the craziest places to pull out a turkey leg, in the ball return pit, you would see, I guess, Eric pulling out a turkey leg. And then after the Street Profits would get gutter ball after gutter ball, you would see Ivar heading toward the back trying to get some form of turkey leg, only for the manager of the bowling alley to say, "Out! Out!" And then would say afterwards, "The only reason I'm not kicking you out is because, Ivar, you're cute. But you, Eric, not so much." And I do believe that was the same woman who was at the golf course, that was at the axe throwing competition, and somewhere else in between during all this competition. And if that's so, she has a lot of jobs. Not bad. But back to the actual competition of bowling, folks, because the Viking Raiders during this would hit strike after strike after strike, and even would do a strike by going into the lane of the Street Profits, bouncing the ball over and landing into their own lane for a strike, only for the Street Profits to turn up the smoke, try to bring back the score, but only to lose after the Viking Raiders would go full Jackass the movie and decide to go down the lane themselves, or Eric sending Ivar into the lane, watching him slide and throwing the ball toward the pins for them to win by only 1 point, with a final score of 130 to 131. For the score in the I'm Better Than You series to be tied up 2-2. Now, I can only imagine what next week's competition is gonna be, and I hope it's gator rolling. But I got a feeling the Viking Raiders would win that, and the Street Profits would say, "Oh hell no, fam, I'm not doing that." I got a feeling that's how that would go. But besides a future competition that involves very dangerous animals, folks, I think it's time for us to head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with the second half of what happened on Monday Night Raw from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.